3 years later, all 56 applicants had passed through at least step 5. It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it. And you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan.
I hate to ignore this, but I need for y'all to pay attention to Jon Stewart. This brother is going through it. Emotionally, he is going through it. All he want to do is figure out how do the government get things done. Do we really have to go through 1 million steps and spend $15 million per time that we are planning to get something done? Brother, look at how his body language, his face expressions, his hands, his eyes, everything. He's losing his sugar honey iced tea.
You have to issue the notice of funding opportunity within 180 days. That's step 1. Step 2, which all 56 state applicants completed, is states who want to participate must submit a letter of intent. After they do that, they can submit a request for up to $5 million in planning grants. Then the NTIA, step 4, has to review and approve and award, again, planning grants, not broadband grants, planning grants.
And it's still at the NTIA. It's still at the first step.
All right, so the NTIA must issue a NOFA within 180 days, states who want to participate.
And just for context, guys, so Jon Stewart, he went on a podcast with Ezra Klein, and this is the weekly show with Jon Stewart podcast. This is actually his podcast, but he brought somebody on. He's interviewing Ezra Klein. Ezra Klein is breaking down how certain things get done in the federal government, all right? He's breaking down every single step as to how things get done, just for some context. And Jon Stewart is objectively, fairly listening. He want to hear how the government operates. How do we get things done? Please let me know how Biden was planning on building back better again. And this is what he's doing. All right, let's get to it. This is hilarious.
Participate must submit their letter of intent. Step 3, they can request up to $5 million in planning grants.
Just planning.
Just planning. Step
planning.
4, the requests are reviewed, approved, and awarded by the NTIA, which currently all 56, 3 years later, all 56 applicants had passed through at least step 5. It took more than 3 years. So it's a long time. States must submit a 5-year action plan. So the states kind of go back and they kind of think about how they're going to do this. And they don't just say, okay, thank you for the money. We're going to spend it. And you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan.
I hate to ignore this, but I need for y'all to pay attention to Jon Stewart. This brother is going through it. Emotionally, he is going through it. All he want to do is figure out how do the government get things done. Do we really have to go through 1 million steps and spend $15 million per time that we are planning to get something done? Brother, look at how his body language, his face expressions, his hands, his eyes, everything. He's losing his sugar honey iced tea, trying to figure out how we've been getting things done. Okay.
Money, we're going to spend it, and you can see how it worked out later. We're like, here's our 5-year action plan. Then the FCC must publish the broadband data maps before NTIA allocates funds. So having done the NOFO, the letters of intent, the request for planning grants, then the review, approval, and awarding of the planning grants, then the 5-year action plans. In between that, the federal government has to put forward a map saying where it thinks we need rural broadband subsidies. And then, of course, the states need an opportunity to challenge the map for accuracy. And you can imagine this doesn't all happen in like a day. Okay, so then the NTIA, step 7, has to use the FCC maps to make allocation decisions. Then, having already done their letter of intent, the request for planning grants, it's hard even to talk about this, man. Step 7 is NTIA must use the FCC maps that were already challenged for allocation decisions. Then, having submitted all this, I think this one is actually quite amazing.
Yeah.
Having submitted their 5-year plans or letters of intent, step 8 is states must submit an initial proposal to the NTIA. Then
Is that the result of their $5 million planning fund? This
I
initial
assume,
proposal?
but then what was the 5-year plan?
And what did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like if the
God.
5-year action plan,
Yo, but yes, y'all voted for that, bro. We have been helping people grow online. It has been absolutely amazing. We have helped many content creators get from zero to monetization in under 30 days. We even have a couple of these superstars who did it in 1 or 2 weeks. If you want to learn how to do YouTube, I don't care your age, I don't care what skills or talents you have. Trust me, I can help you do it effortlessly. Just reach out to me with the word coach and we can get it done. One more thing. We have a YouTube course that I just now created. I'm extremely proud of, and a lot of people are getting so much from. Purchase that course and work with us. You can join our private Facebook group and our daily group calls, which is 3 to 5 days per week, and you can learn so much more than you've ever learned before. I can't wait to hear from you. Love you. Peace. He's open-minded. He's getting the information now. We're appreciative of that, but you voted for that. You actually voted for that. But I'm glad that this information is getting out there because there's a bunch of liberals, there's a bunch of progressives who watch Jon Stewart. A bunch of them have turned away from him too because he decided to be open-minded. You're not supposed to be open-minded if you're a Democrat. I'm just letting you know that right now. Some of you already are aware of that. You're not supposed to be open-minded. You're supposed to buy what they sell without asking any questions whatsoever. Bend over, take it, don't ask no questions. That's what they want. And Jon Stewart is asking questions. He's shutting up and he's listening. He's asking follow-ups. And this is him in real time. This is absolutely brilliant what's happening. This is necessary. I'm so glad that our government is being exposed in a way, not that make them look bad, but that make the American people understand how they run, how they've been lying to us for a long time, and how Doge is necessary.
but then what was the 5-year plan?
And what the did they apply for? What was their NOFO?
Like if the 5-year action plan isn't the initial proposal, then what's the 5-year action
Forget
plan?
NOFO.
Okay.
MOFO.
Step 9, NTIA must review and approve each state's, again, initial proposal. By my read, we have had at least 2 initial proposals here, but that's a different issue.
Oh my God.
Step 10, states must publish their own map and allow internal challenges to their own map. So the government has published a map. They have invited the states to challenge the map. Then states have submitted initial proposals, and they then have to publish their own map and allow challenges.
Wait, who's challenging it within the state?
Well, organized interest groups, environmental group, like I don't know who specifically, but literally anybody. This is,
right.
I want to say something because it's very important I say this. This is the Biden administration's process for its own bill. They wanted this to happen. This is how liberal government works now.
This is what they did to the border bill. They did it intentionally. They want to confuse people. They want to act like they're doing something. There's no progress happening, but they want us to believe that there's some progress. And if there is no progress, we need someone to blame. Who could we blame? Let's see. Let's blame Trump. He's not a politician. He's not the president right now. He don't have any power whatsoever, but let's blame Trump. How about that? We're trying to fix the border, but we can't do it without Trump always calling his friends and telling them not to do anything about it. We want to do it 3.5 years into the Biden administration. 3.5 years. And they're acting like they can't get anything done. Oh, but for special interests. Oh, they cutting checks for the LGBTQAI plus community quick. They're changing rules and guidelines inside of schools quick to appease certain groups. Hold up, man. Let's get back to it. I apologize for interrupting. This is nuts. They slow down things all the time so that they can just, why do they do it? It makes no sense. I don't see the point. Someone please let me know the point of them slowing it down. I don't get it.
This is something they instituted for this bill.
For their bill. This is a bill passed by Democrats with a regulatory structure written by Democratic administration. Okay.
Right.
Step 11, the NTIA must review and improve the challenge results and the final map. So the NTIA has put forward a map. The states have challenged that map. Then the states have put forward their maps, had other challenges. And now the NTIA must review and approve the challenges to the state maps. Okay. So we've done step 11, NTIA must review and approve challenge results and final map. We've lost 9 of the applicants at that point. Step 12, states must run a competitive sub-granting process.
Oh my.
Jon Stewart has lost it, bruh. Why do they have to do all that? We got to plan it. We got a plan for having a planning committee. Then we got to have the state challenge the plan, and that needs to go on record. Then we have special groups that also need to challenge the plan. Then we need to put together a special committee who review the challenges that were submitted. They just don't want to get it done, period. They don't plan on getting it done, but guess what they plan on doing? They plan on hiring as many people as they possibly can to have more meetings about getting something done that they never plan on pulling the trigger for. So they spend all of their money on the planning. They spend all of their money on the electricity of the buildings, all of the people that they're hiring, all of the insurance for the people that they're hiring. So you got the salaries, you got the insurance, you got all of this sugar honey iced tea that has nothing to do with the end result. Absolutely nothing to do with the end result. Please make this make sense. If it doesn't benefit them financially, directly, they're not going to get it done. And it behooves them to take their time, because when they take their time, they drag out a job. How many of you have ever been in construction before? Did you know that the longer you drag out the job, the more you can keep your employees and you can hire more people? Because, oh man, the sky's falling. I didn't know we was going to run into that problem. This is a scam. Oh man, we ran into another problem. I don't know what to say. I know we told you that it was going to be 2 million. Unfortunately, it's going to be another 1.5 million, man. I don't know what to do. I can't tell you I don't know what to do. It's a scam. It's a scam, bro.
Done step 11, NTIA must review and approve challenge results and final map. We've lost 9 of the applicants at that point. Step 12, states must run a competitive sub-granting process.
Oh my. At step 12, after all this has been done.
Yeah, none of that could have happened along the way here. We have now lost 17 more applicants. So now 30 of 56 have completed step 12. Step 13, states must submit a final proposal. All the proposals weren't enough to NTIA. Now that goes to 3 of 56. So we've gone in the last couple steps from 56 had gone to this point to 3 of 56. Step 14, the NTIA must review and approve the state's final proposal. And that is 3 of the 56 jurisdictions and states are there. In summary, states are nearly at the finish line. And it says to stop their progress now, or worse, to make them go backwards, would be a stick in the spokes of the most promising broadband deployment plans we have ever seen.
Now, hold on. So here's the thing. Now, guys, Jon Stewart's reactions to this is absolutely hilarious. They're hilarious, but they're real. Hit the like button, gang, if you haven't already. I love Jon Stewart's reaction to all of this, because this is what we see every single time there's a hearing and they get all dressed up in their nice suits and pantsuits and dresses and stuff, and they vote on stuff and they argue and they debate and they go out and they have a good time. Then they do it again and again and again and again and again and again, day after day after day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and they get absolutely nothing done on our dime. On our dime. And their pockets are getting fatter for getting nothing done. Please tell me another occupation where people get pay raises, they get to keep their job forever, and they don't have to get anything done. They don't have to produce anything. They can just blame other people. Well, we tried to vote on it, but they said no. We tried to do the right thing, but blame them. It's the same thing over and over and over again. And then they play politics. They play in our faces. They know it's something that's good for the country, but because they want to stick to their guns and everybody on their political side decide to vote against it just for political gain, just for posturing, just to act like they want to be involved, but we're sticking together because we believe that our way is the right way. It's all BS. It's all BS.